Picture this. There's a movie called La Haine. It's a French movie. Very good movie, but there's just one point that I want to mention here. It's basically about three kids um, living in a very broke neighborhood with police brutality and all the things that you could imagine. Like, picture this, like if you're from Canada or from the US, it's like someone growing up in the Bronx in the 90s. Like, it's very hard, very broke, a lot of thieves, a lot of police abuse, not a very good environment. And part of that movie tells you and show you you're a product of your environment. If you grew up in that neighborhood, 80%, 90% chance that you're going to end up just like the people living in it. Common sense, right? You listen to this, you're like, yeah, makes sense. But why do we not see the same thing with the current state of entrepreneurship, especially and more specifically online entrepreneurship? We're literally in a bubble. We've been in a bubble for 10, 15 years. And I'm not talking about a financial bubble, like an echo chamber. We've all been brainwashed into thinking that the only way to succeed, that the only way to be a great person, to be worthy, is to be an entrepreneur. And not only that, just one specific type of entrepreneurship. It's you grind, grind, grind for 10, for 5 years, and then you blow up with your online business, whatever it is. Now listen, I'm not an entrepreneurship hater. I'm literally an entrepreneur. Like all my life I've been building businesses, and I currently have a business. I love it. I love entrepreneurship. But if we do not recognize that we're in a bubble and that environment shaped us year after year, especially men, I know that there's women as well that have been heavily impacted by this. And not only that, there's been a lot of women influencers bringing a lot of women into the entrepreneurship world, into online sales, high ticket sales, marketing. That's a great thing. But you need to make sure that you recognize that you're in a bubble. Because if you don't see what's shaping you, what's impacting you, you're literally a slave. And I've been a slave for years because I didn't fully comprehend that some things that I think I wanted, actually I didn't. I really didn't. It's just the environment that I was in, full entrepreneurship, just entrepreneurship. And even most of my friends right now, I love them, really good friends. They're all in entrepreneurial activities, either in a startup, building a startup, already have a company, already rich. This is my ecosystem. It's like people in that, and I built this. I'm thinking about that thing. I built this brick by brick. But anyway, but anyway, um, it's just that nobody's talking about this. Nobody's talking about the fact that we're in an entrepreneurial bubble, and that all the kids, even my brothers, like bro, my young brothers, they're 13 and talking to me about building a dropshipping business or this new thing that's SMMA or this new thing that's high ticket sales. None of this is new. It's been going on for years. But new generation, new way to sell the same things. I've done e-commerce when I was 15, like 8 years ago. I've done SMMA. I've done high ticket sales, and I made money in all of those. This is not the point. The point is not to say that this doesn't work. This is not my point with this video. The point is we've all been like sucked into this bubble, and if we don't recognize that it's a bubble, like that, this is not the only way of life. We're forever going to be slaves of our environment. Take that movie again, that movie that I spoke about in the beginning. Someone growing up in the Bronx, where again, I'm not a Bronx specialist. I should have taken like a better example, something I'm more familiar with. Let's take something I'm familiar with, because bro, if you're from the Bronx and you saw it, tell me like, oh, this is not true. Let's be politically correct, even though I don't really care about that, but I want to speak about things I know. There's a part in Montreal called Montréal Nord. It's like right now it's very good. I've been a lot of times, people still talk shit about it, but it's very nice. But 20 years ago wasn't the same. There was a lot of thieves, a lot of police brutality, not as much as the Bronx. But for example, if you grew up in Montréal Nord, you probably wouldn't have the same chances as someone growing up in another neighborhood in Montreal. Well, if that person growing up there internalized the fact that, okay, this is impacting me, and I'm not going to have the same chances as someone growing up in another neighborhood, and probably that my the friends that I'm going to make, not all of them, but some of them are going to be very, very bad influences. If he internalized this and he said, okay, this is going to impact me, but I still want another life trajectory, and I don't want to end up where my brother ended up. I don't want to end up where my friend ended up. His chances of actually changing his life, and more than that, controlling his life, are way higher than someone that just goes about his life, think that his choices are his and that he chooses whatever he does, but in fact it's literally his environment shaping him. So if you took that example of the first of the movie, that's kind of fatalism. You have your environment, it shapes you, and you can't do anything about it. But I deeply believe that if you consciously think about what's impacting you, what's shaping you as a person, you can act on it. You can change. So this is why I'm kind of very confused, and I really wonder why we were not speaking about this in the entrepreneurial world. I've been in this space for long enough to see kind of how it shaped me, but I really never took time to think about the fact that it's like a bubble. Like for the longest time, I thought this is the only way of life. You need to escape the rat race or you're literally cooked. And turns out it's not. Like it turns out it's not. Like I love business. I literally love it. I love it too much. Like literally anything I see is like a business idea. Like I'm at the coffee shop and then there's a bird that comes on my place. I'm like, oh, damn! What if we did coffee shops with birds? It's like, so I like it, but it's not the only way. And I've been to a entrepreneurial incubator last year, and this is not the type of environment where we see the traditional online business, like your SMMA, your high ticket sales, your AI agency, your AI agents. This is not where you see that, because those things are just on the internet. I mean, that's not what I mean, but those type of businesses are the one we see on the internet. But coming up to this incubator, I've met so many people with different backgrounds and really widening up and opened my eyes about the current state of business. Like you've had moms with 3 kids, 4 kids, 50, 40 years old building a business. You've had like couples in their 30s building a business. You had like students with no experience building a business. You had like someone who made millions, sold his company, came back, and then trying to build another thing. So there's not one single path to building a business. And this is kind of another point that a lot of young people, especially young men, are starting to think that you either win now or you never do. Like if you don't win before 25, or heck, for some people before 20, like you're losing. Like they're literally 13, 14, 15 and like locked in. And that's fine. But there's more to life than that, first of all. And there's not only way of doing business. There's more ways of doing entrepreneurship. You could go to university, work, and then come out and then build a business when you're 30. You could ground your way to build a business for 10 years, sell it, and then work in a restaurant. Like there's so many ways. And this is kind of my critique, and this is kind of my take. It's that we're in that bubble where nobody is kind of addressing any critique or thinking about when did we accept this is life? Like when did we accept that entrepreneurship should be grinding for 5-10 years, sacrificing everything, and hating on everybody else that's not like in the business world, hating on university, hating on school because it's a scam. That's what they say. To finally get your business and escape the rat race. We're in a bubble. Like everybody thinks the same way. Everybody wants to be a business owner, and there is no problem with that. There is no problem with that. But again, our life right now is the internet, because we all spend more time in the internet than in real life. Like even when you're in school, in university, or with your friends, you're literally scrolling. So we're more on the internet than in real life. So that's our life. And our life right now is shaped by people saying that the only way is business. The only way is entrepreneurship. So it's not coming from I want this. It's coming from it's either I do this or I'm a failure. Either I do this or I'm a nobody. And that's simply not true. And there's so many different ways you can go about building a business, about being an entrepreneur, about solving problems. It's not just dropping out of school or never going to university and building a business. It's not just that. There's like so much more ways. And again, we just have to recognize that we're in a bubble, an echo chamber, where everyone is kind of throwing their take on entrepreneurship, and it's all the same. It's all the same. It's like grind, grind, grind. Fuck university. Fuck all the people that are not in the same lane as you. Fuck all the people that are not as ambitious as you. And you get it. Simply not true. It's simply not true. And this is kind of a debate I have with some of my friends that are like in business as well. This is simply not true. Like there's way more to life than that. And that's something I wanted to address because it's literally our life. Like when everyone thinks the same, that's when you need to take a step back and kind of start asking questions and really like questioning the status quo. So that was my take for today. Let me know what you think. I'll be pleased to read your comments and debate with you guys. My pleasure. And I'll see you in the next one.